Okay, so there's some serious stuff going on in the world, but fun is serious too. Fun is important. And with that in mind, I wanted to bring your attention to this new wee project called It's Got Legs, which you can find over at Facebook, and I'll link that in the comments bar. And it's to do with encouraging people to share and talk about story ideas, broadly of the sci-fi, fantasy, horror genre sort. Anything fantastic. There seems to be a lot of disappointment these days with the story franchises that we grew up with, and whilst I don't want to blanketly dismiss those movies, lots of people work really hard on them, it is fair to say, I think, that there is an air of stagnation about all those sorts of things. But there are lots of ideas out there in the world that aren't getting circulated, and people say, well, I'll never be able to make a movie, I couldn't even put a script together. But for me, that's not a big deal, because even if it's only on a very, very small scale, if people are sharing stories and talking about them, then that's the starting point from which they go on to become cultural messages, no matter how diluted they may be in that process. And they may end up not being represented accurately, but without that input from the outside, from the fringes, you're looking at content that has no spice at all. Quality will out, as a friend of mine once said. And I think that if it's got legs, it's worth circulating. And I want to pay forward the idea of appreciating story ideas and pitches in their own right as an outsider art form. Had a couple of submissions so far, let's say. One from my friend Aaron Markson, which involves kind of gothic noirish themes, but I don't want to go into that here because there may be a spoiler factor, because we're talking about something that may or may not actually see published form. So the other thing you'll find on the current thread is this marvelous submission from Elliot Stewart. So this is Elliot's thing, which he wrote in his teens, he says. I'm guessing sort of mid-teens, early teens. And here we go. He says, I always wanted Toyah Willcox to sing the theme tune to an 8-book story I wrote in 1985, Mr. Mystery, the tale of an everyman who gets infected by an ancient disease that he carries around. Being chased across the galaxy by bounty hunters, evil space dictators, he must hide his identity and find a cure. He collects oddball alien friends, racing around in a strange and fast spaceship, the Bubble Machine. Can he live an ordinary life with a virus inside him evil types want to use to threaten the galaxy? And they are closing in. And delightfully, he's included some of his own original illustrations from the time, which is fantastic. So, look, I think this is brilliant, right? But I mean, it goes to illustrate that there's no strict criteria about this. It really is just pitching in and starting conversations and, sure, being critical, but mostly helping other people to export their story ideas. One of the things I really want to convey is that you don't have to get anyone's permission to be in the business of storytelling. You don't need anyone. There are no gatekeepers. It's just how much you want to get it out there. And you don't have to be precious about it. In fact, there's no point being precious about it, because even if you did manage to sell a script, it's very unlikely that it's going to end up in the same as anything resembling your original sort of idea anyway, as these things kind of travel through the guts of the media business. They always transform, and different aspects become enlarged and other ones reduce. So, just get it out there. And if people like it, then, there's every chance it will begin to sort of cycle through the culture, even if it's in a microcosmic way. But that's good. It's better than it just staying in your brain. That's what we don't want. Just get it out there, have fun, and be excited and be excitable about these things. Reduce stagnation, even if it is just on a small scale. So I'll link the Facebook page below and submit anything you want to that thread. And if you want, I can review it on my channel here and even do some music and illustrations to accompany if you desire. So put your daydreams out there. Let's have a look. Let's see if it's got legs. All right, good. Take it seriously. You know, or just fucking do it. What else are you gonna do? Do it. Do it now. Thanks.